What's up guys, it's Rapid Reform here. So a while ago I posted a video on how to become a happier person, and I'll put a link to it in the description. One of the things I talked about in that video was learning to live in the present moment. A lot of us are caught up in the past and future throughout the day, and we usually fail to realize that the present moment is really all there is. In fact, I would argue that the past and future are just illusions. The past is really just a memory in your head, and it's never coming back and it never will. Similarly, the future is another point in time we know in our heads, and when it passes, it is gone, and then there's a new future in our heads. Therefore, the present moment is really all we have, which has been and will be the case forever. That means we need to learn to live in the present moment as much as possible to make the most out of our lives, and the best way to do so is by practicing meditation. In this video, we will cover what meditation exactly is, some of the endless benefits that it has, and then we will talk about how to actually meditate. So let's jump right in. So what is meditation? Maybe you envision a guru or someone else wearing a robe with their eyes closed and their hands on their knees, which isn't a bad start. So meditation is an exercise for your mind that forces it to focus on one particular thing around or inside you. When you meditate, you are forcing yourself to only think about one specific detail in the present moment and notice everything you possibly can about it. Chances are you have meditated at some point in your life without even realizing it. Have you ever climbed to the top of a mountain during the fall season and had a fantastic view at the top? You were probably thinking, wow, it's so beautiful up here. You notice the colors of green, red, yellow, and orange. You notice the clouds in the sky, the sounds of the birds, and so on. Have you ever been on a really fast roller coaster? Maybe it was scary, but you still notice the adrenaline rush in your body, the wind blowing on your face, and the screams from the people around you. Both of these examples are what meditation feels like. You are fully present and you are not thinking about the past, future, school, work, family, friends, or anything else. And that is what meditation is, immersing yourself in the present moment about one specific detail in or around you. So over time, the more you practice meditation, the more you will find yourself living in the present moment, which leads to a huge number of benefits. I could literally go on for hours talking about the benefits of meditation since there are so many, but I will cover the three major ones that others and I have experienced. The first main benefit of meditation is that it reduces stress. If you think about it, the reason we feel stressed is because of something we think about in the future. We are stressed that what we are doing right now is not enough to prepare us for what is to come. Here's a very common example. If you are in school and you have a big test coming in, let's say 2 weeks, you know that you have to study in order to make a good grade. One option is to spread out your studying and focus on a topic or two each day and then review it all the days leading up to the test. Another option is to relax right now and study the night before. Which option do you think will cause more stress? Of course, it's the second one, because you are more fearful that all the studying that you will do in that one night will not be enough to get the good grade that you want tomorrow. On the other hand, the first option causes less stress because you know that you can absorb all the information there is on that one or two topics in time for your test. So to put it simply, both situations will likely cause stress, but the second option causes more stress because it makes you more concerned about the future. And of course, when the test is over, you will finally de-stress because you know that there is not another big test coming in the future, at least not for a while. So what does this have to do with meditation? Well, again, it is an exercise that trains you to live in the moment, so it greatly helps to reduce stress because it forces you to forget about the future for a while. The more you meditate, the more you live in the present moment, and the less you think about the future, ultimately leading to lower stress. Another major benefit of meditation is that it helps improve your focus and memory. Again, when you meditate, you are training yourself to focus on one thing and extract all of the small details about it as you can. For example, when I meditate, one thing that I could focus on is the environment around me. I notice things like how the temperature of the air feels on my skin, the smallest sounds I hear like the air vent or the ticking clock, and I notice the force that the ground puts on my body when I am sitting. By extracting all of the smallest details I can about the environment around me, I am able to train my mind to become more focused, which ultimately helps me improve my memory since I am putting in more effort to try and remember things. And the more I practice it, the more my long and short-term memory is able to improve. A final major benefit of meditating is that it makes you happier. If you've watched my video about becoming happy, you may remember that I briefly talked about meditation. And one of the reasons being is that meditation actually changes the structure of your brain. Remember how I talked about stress? One hormone that is responsible for that is called cortisol. And meditating helps to reduce the amount of cortisol receptors in your brain, which is another reason why you feel less stress after meditating. Another part of your brain that shrinks is called the amygdala, which is responsible for causing you to be fearful and anxious. As you may have guessed, meditation helps to shrink this part of the brain too, allowing you to increase your confidence levels and do things that you likely would not have done if you were scared to do it. There are many other parts of your brain that get rewired, but the bottom line is that just about all the adjustments made will result in you appreciating life much more than before you started meditation. So those are the 3 main benefits that I have noticed. I'm not going to dive into all the benefits, but I'll just tell you some of them. It helps you sleep better, get better grades, strengthen your immune system, makes you more athletic, clear your mind, increase your productivity, among many other benefits. Alright, now you know what meditation is and some of the great benefits of doing it. But now you're probably thinking, well, rapid reform, that's great and all, so how exactly do I meditate? Well, I'm about to tell you, but first, you need to get into the right posture and environment. You need to find somewhere that is not too noisy and not highly congested with human activities like driving, work, construction, and so on. Your home or somewhere out in nature are often good choices. Just make sure you find a flat surface. Also, for posture, be sure that your back is straight and your head is up. It is best if your feet are pointed upward, but for beginners, crisscross applesauce is totally fine. Make sure your eyes are closed and put your hands on your knees. Keep your thumb and index fingers pressed together, which will allow for the most blood flow to your brain. Okay, now we're ready to meditate. So you need to pick something to focus on. For starters, it is pretty common to focus on your breathing. You can notice how you feel when you inhale, how you feel when you exhale, and you can notice the sounds that you make when you are breathing. Notice the temperature of the air in your nose, and all of the other tiny details that you can find about your breathing. Do not think about anything else that is going on in your life, and keep focusing on your breathing. That's it. It's as simple as it sounds. Just make sure that your mind does not wander off or think about something else. So how long should I meditate? There are people who can do this for hours or even days on end. But personally, I'm able to reap a lot of the short-term benefits by doing this for about 10 minutes. Once I wake up in the morning and once right before I go to bed, for a total of 20 minutes a day. Now, if you're starting, you may want to start off at 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and then slowly build your way up. To get the long-term benefits, it's all about staying consistent. You can get the short-term benefits almost any time you meditate, but for the long-term benefits like sharper memory and a rewired brain, you have to make it into a daily habit. Set an alarm or turn on a reminder on your phone, and do not turn it off until you are done meditating. That's it. Those are all of the important points for a beginner's guide to meditation. So, to put it all together, meditation is an exercise that helps train your brain to live in the present moment. There are tons of benefits, arguably the most notable being that it reduces stress, improves your focus and memory, and makes you happier. You can meditate by finding a quiet or natural environment, sitting with your legs crossed, head and back straight, eyes closed, and your thumb and index finger together on your knees. Finally, focus on one thing and notice all the tiny details you possibly can about that one thing, without thinking about anything else. Try to do it for about 10 minutes and make it a consistent habit for the most benefits. If you found value in this video, it would mean a lot if you left a like down below. Was this the first time you heard about meditation? Do you have any meditation techniques that you practiced? What are some of the benefits that you have found? Comment below and share your thoughts. And as always, remember to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and rapidly reform your life for the better. Thanks for watching, enjoy meditation, and I'll see you next time.